Welcome, retail traders. Welcome to Sunday's report, which is on a Monday. Monday morning, we had a long weekend, and I'm real excited to see what this coming week's ready to bring. As you know, I'm the sneaky snake trader. I follow the trend and look for the pattern. Price action all the way. And this week, we're going to be studying the 52-week lows. And I started this watch list last week off one of the members in the room. I took a little bit of his information and built my own watch list, and these are going to be 52-week lows, and we're going to try to find a trade off this list at least once a day. And we'll start off in the morning and we'll move on to then. But I want to bring our special sponsor. This is for safety. Make sure that you wear your safety helmets when you're on a bike ride this weekend. They let some senile old man get on a bike that looked to me like he's never rode a bike before. He kind of scared, and he had a little tumsle-tursy. Thankful for his safety hat that he made it out alive. And that's our strong, healthy president, Joe Biden. So let's get back to the watch list. And we're going to kind of just go over some of these. This is the sneaky snake strategy. And how the strategy works is you look for a trend, and once you establish a trend, you try to find a pattern to be able to take that trade off of. It's usually in a scalp trade until it develops into a stronger upward trend. But as you can see, we've had a pretty good sell-off. This is JPM, and this is on my 52-week low list. And as well as a bunch of them are. We got WFC on here. We got Abbott, Bank of America, Home Depot. So we're going to go through a lot of these, just a few of these today to try and show you what I'm going to be preparing for on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We've had a pretty hard sell-off, a pretty hard correction. We had sold off, and we called this double bottom play, and we bounced up into this channel, which I was calling the consolidated zone channel. And we turned around and we bounced up off that. Now we've pulled on back. So these are the daily candles, and for the last 2 weeks we've had nothing but a strong pullback. This is JPM. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to the snake and the trend. I come up here into my tools and I draw off the trend. So, for example, we're going to say the trend's right here. The trend's been pretty long. It's been definitely going down for quite a while. And that would maybe start right about in here. And I usually go off the body of the candle when I'm drawing out my trend. And I try to take it to that next previous breakout, which is right there. Run that to the bottom. That's your trend right there. So we definitely broke out of that trend. She started to pull back to that channel, and that'll be your support level right here. If it pulls back to 108.20, I'm going to say maybe to the bottom of that line right around 108.84. This is JPM. He came out, Jamie Dimon, and kind of said we were ready in for a reckoning. Well, we did have our reckoning. It did come back and pull back some. This might have been a little bit further back when he mentioned that. So we're going to have some drama. So this is kind of what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for the patterns. I'm going to be pulling up the weekly, looking at weeklies and trying to find a support on the weekly. Maybe from this spike right in here, and I'll be charting these out live on YouTube. And again, I'm going to pull up that watch list, and we're going to kind of go through a few. But we're about to hit that support down here, and we could have a reversal, a small reversal back up. MA. Let me put this on the So we got MA, come down here and hit the 200. Definitely had a pretty hard sell-off. You might see a nice reversal back up to the top of here this week at 230, 321.43, somewhere in that area. It's also had the snake. You know, these trend lines go back 2 years for me. If you pull up, probably, yeah. We're playing it back in here. Probably even farther back than that if I go back 5 years on it. Playing it back in these days. So we're going to clear that up. And on the weekly, we're on the 200. That's a pretty strong support compared to all these wicks. But it could drop a little bit more if it does not hold that 200. But that's just one on the watch list we're going to be watching for Monday. These are all high volume. Home Depot, I really like this one. I mean, this one's way oversold for right now. And we're getting close to that 200 on this one too. $261 something. I'll be using the 200 and I'll be using the 51. I added the 51 EMA to my charts last week. I'm doing very well with that one. So we've got Bank of America. I already took my puts and played them. And that was to the 200. And then we dropped below that one right there. We got Abbott. Almost to the 200 on that one. WFC. Looks to me like we could have a bull flag on this one here to where it might want to bounce up a little bit. Morgan Stanley's on this list. 52-week lows. I mean, this thing can drop a little bit more even. MMM, we're definitely at a 3-year low on MMM. That's getting right down here. I mean, this thing could be a good buy at 124.50. Be a good one to keep an eye on, set an alert on. But that's definitely oversold in the buying support area. We got Ford. Ford's at the 200 right now on the weekly, and that's Ford. General Motors, called this one out last week. Bounced up a little bit. We got GE. I mean, this one can fall more. USB on the 52-week low list. Apple. I don't know, man. Apple can drop a lot more. It can get back down here to 120. Meta. Why they changed the name, I'll never understand it. But I have 160 as a support, and we were bouncing up off of it. I mean, this thing can drip on down if the sediment gets bad. 150 easily. But we'll just see how the market, if the trend's going to be up next week and it's positive, we're going to be taking a lot of these trades. Nvidia, another good one. And then I mentioned Adobe this week, and that was a good play. Charted this one up, step 1, step 2, and step 3. And we dripped down below step 1, which I think makes this a strong buy. So yeah, I called this one out in the room. Way down here at the bottom, Adobe. When had this double bottom here on Friday, so I don't know. This would be a good one to watch. Keeping it on the watch list for sure. And I'm going to be doing these in steps. If the market starts to trend up, I called the recession a while back. So we've been in a recession. Now they're calling it. So we're going to get back on here. We got AMD, QCOM, PayPal's on here at $72.90. I'm using the 3-week, or I'm using the weekly. You know, we could be looking at the 200 at every one of these on the weekly. MU drip way below it. I mean, that had some upgrades and then downgrade, and earnings were just excellent out of the park on the stock. You know, it's all about supply chain, and it's just not looking good. I mean, we're not prepared for this at all. Here's another snake. We've got a double bottom, higher low. This is CHTR. Definitely got a hammer here. So, you know, I'll be watching this, maybe get a double bottom on this here body of this candle and take the trade. But that's a bullish candle. So I've more or less mastered this strategy out pretty good. We're going to go over it just one more time. Just draw a trend down, and you just try to develop a play out of it. You usually can play inside the channel, play outside the channel, have it pull back, play under the channel, play it up to. I mean, if it dips out of the channel, they like to come right back into it and start running back in it. So there's all kinds of opportunities when you're trading a snake. I wish everybody a great trading week. And like I said, we're going to be going over the watch list all week long. You can stop this video, copy and paste this. I'll be adding, subtracting to it, and should be able to get 1 or 2 plays out of it. Everybody have a great day. Don't forget, put your helmet on when you're out riding that bike. The critical moments, men sometimes see exactly what they want to see. Have a great day.